Hey you guys, it's Becca and Gianna, and today we are coming to you with our latest episode of Beautiful Mess, and we're talking about having a time to laugh.
Yeah, so those of you that don't know me, I tend to have things happen to me a lot, and I've just learned over time to laugh about it, and I tend to kind of make fun of myself.
I have that too. Like, I find myself in, it seems like an unusual amount of bizarre situations.
I know.
I think this is why we're friends.
I do too, so we can relate to this and talk about our awkward, crazy moments.
Yes.
And you cannot take yourself so seriously. And I think those are the people that, tend to have hurt feelings or get offended, and so you do have to kind of laugh about it. But I can share a funny story. Yeah. So nobody's going to look at swan boats ever the same again. But so many years back, our son was little, we went to Michigan's Adventure. And for some crazy reason, I don't know if it's because of his age or what, but I had my heart set on going on the paddle boats. And we live on the water too, so I had been trying to convince my husband to get us a paddle boat because I just thought it would be the coolest thing to paddle around the water in a paddle boat, right? So this was kind of part of my plan that everything's going to be just fabulous on this paddle boat, and he's going to want to buy us a boat the second we get back. So we got a laugh track.
We got a laugh. I know. I was going to say, I actually have a swan boat story that I'll share with you too with my son, who's here. He's eating a donut in the background laughing.
So he'll probably giggle over this while we're talking. So anyway, so I'm like, we got it. I kept pointing out to my son and husband while we're there that we got to make sure we go on the swan rides and go on these paddle boats, right? So finally, we get over to go on the swan boats, and you don't get the most attractive.
It's no good.
No, you don't get the most attractive life vest.
No, and you have to wear one. Yeah,
and
they're adamant.
Stink and okay. But so anyway, so you look kind of foolish as it is. So I go to take my son on the paddle boat with me, and I tend to overthink things.
No.
So. And because I had been so excited and planned this out so much, I was
You have a lot of expectation going into this boat ride.
So my husband because only 2 people can go on the boat, so my husband goes on the first one, and he's having a grand old time paddle boating around, and I'm thinking, sweet, we're going to get a paddle boat. So then we get on our paddle boat, and I start thinking about the internal, which is so dumb, the internal mechanism of the steering. Yes. So you know how if you pull the thing the one way, it goes the other way. Yeah. So, but I was picturing too deep into it. I wasn't thinking about where my hand was going. I was thinking at the pivot point. So I couldn't figure out how to get the boat to go in the right direction. I was way overthinking it and getting super frustrated. There's a huge long line behind me, and I'm watching my husband way out doing the circle that he's supposed to do, and I end up getting stuck in the corner to the point where the guy running the show can't even rescue us because we're in the corner, and he just throws his hands down. And at one point, I can't help you, lady. I was
figure it out.
Yeah, I was to the point where I was ready to just jump ship. Dive off the boat and forget the swan. I didn't know if I should start laughing or crying, and then I've got a little child on the swan. Right. So anyway, my husband is just shaking his head. I thought he was gonna just paddle far, far away.
I don't know that lady.
Right. So and he can't come back and rescue me because these are giant swans.
Huge.
Nobody
you can't see around their head.
Right. So somehow the guy managed to push us back around. We never went on a little boat ride. We just sat in the corner the entire time. We were just in the corner.
How long were you there? Way longer.
We were there forever. It felt like an eternity. It was probably 10 minutes. But it felt like forever.
3 hours.
So, anyway, didn't get to have the fun ride. I mean, my son handled it quite well and was laughing hysterically because I was to the point where I couldn't control myself. I was laughing so hard.
Right.
Couldn't breathe.
Right.
It was horrible. So we get off. I had to take off the stupid life vest. It was horrible. So anyway, so now no one's ever going to be able to go to Michigan Adventure and look at those swans the same again. But so now my husband refuses to get us a paddle boat.
The plan backfired.
Yes, and every
No
time we
paddle boat.
see crazy, like they have them at the marinas by here too, like the big duck and stuff. But we always joke.
That's what Jake and I took a duck out. Like I decided I was gonna have similar, like quite an adventure. We took out a duck, but Jake is 3 at the time, and so his feet couldn't reach the thing. I was like sweating. It was awful. Somehow we ended up getting to like an island, and then I couldn't get the thing up, and I'm like, it was just a total debacle.
Yeah,
and then
we stayed there for 3 days.
I think the 3 days. I think
did not.
The lesson
We
here
did get
is
out.
that we should steer clear of paddle boats.
I wasn't made for the water. Apparently, I need to stay on
and
land.
I can do like really, you know,
I'm good
hard
at
things,
water.
and I could not figure out the stupid boat. But
Sometimes you like get stuck in your thought process, and you're making it way harder than it needs to be.
So the point is that you know you don't need to take yourself so seriously, and we're not in control. You are.
You are good, Jake.
So we should have let Jake just do the boat.
We should have. I know, he probably would have had we should send Jake and Hunter out on the boat, and they'll have a good time.
Right.
So we had looked at the Bible verse today, and it's from Ecclesiastes chapter 3. So to kind of just paraphrase it, it's the one with, for everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. And then in verse 4, it has a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. And we just loved the a time to laugh part and a time to dance, and it like kind of having that happy with the sad. And
right. And because other people might have just gotten really irritated, and that could have ruined their whole day.
Right.
And that's happened to me. Don't get me wrong. Like sometimes I have but think about how horrible you feel then, and it didn't do any good. And now, many years later, we're still. I mean,
I got a great laugh out of it.
I almost couldn't finish telling the story. I was laughing so hard.
Right.
So, and we continue to have laughs about it and joke about the swan.
And sometimes those are like the best memories and the best stories, and those
Right.
stories where you kind of like pass them down in your family.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, if you let the circumstances of the day dictate your joy of the day, or how the rest of your day is gonna go, like, you'll have all bad days.
You will. Yeah,
because something's gonna go wrong.
Right.
And
Kinda
we
have
were
to take it
laughing
in
earlier,
stride.
you and I, when we were talking on the phone this morning before we came in, about how God's sense of humor, like if the more you try to plan, the more ridiculous it's gonna go.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been it's kind of been our experience, and probably a lot of yours as well.
Yeah.
Home watching. So we wish you a day filled with laughter, and kind of take those funny moments or those things in the day that maybe could be frustration, and see if you can come up with your own swan story.
There you go.
Isn't it like a swan song?
Yeah.
Swan song.
Yeah, it is a swan song.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, good morning to from us here and from Jake, and we hope you have a great day and a lot of laughs today.
Yeah.